Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today I've got a product from SOLAKAKA. This is the SM802 custom gaming mouse. This is a tri-mode mouse, so you can hook up a Bluetooth 2.4 gigahertz via USB dongle or wired via USB. This comes with RGB. It does come with shells that you can switch out, either the honeycomb or your traditional smooth shell, and you can even replace the switches with a clicky or silent switch. So we're going to dig into this now, and I'll be right back. Okay, so let's take a look around at the box here. It is tri-mode, so you have a USB dongle that does 2.4 gigahertz. You can connect up to 2 different Bluetooth devices, or you can use it in wired mode. Up to 10,000 DPI. It does have RGB, and it is programmable via a program that you can download for Windows. So the SM802 is an interesting device because it allows you to customize it in several different ways. As you can see, we've got extra shells here. If you want more traditional full coverage smooth shell, you've got that, and you can actually replace them for that exoskeleton shell that you see there on the mouse. We do get a charge cable here. It is a USB type A to USB type C cable, and you can also use this for wired mode as well to recharge the 600 milliamp battery that's inside the mouse. You can hook up the USB type A to any USB on your laptop or PC, or you can use an AC to USB adapter that you probably already have from another device. So the mouse comes with the exoskeleton or open shell here, and it makes it very lightweight and breathable at 62 grams. We do get a gaming mouse manual here for the SM802. We also get a couple other things, which is really nice. These are silent switches. If you want silent switches instead of clicky linear switches, you can switch these out. These are 2-pin switches, and they can be swapped out if you prefer a silent click instead of that linear kind of blue switch click that you would get on a mouse. You also get a puller for this as well, so you can pull them rather easily and quickly switch over if you want, and I'll do that and show you the difference in the sounds on those in just a second. Let's take a quick look at the user manual. Now this user manual is in English. The print is kind of small, so if you have problems with small print, you may want to just be prepared for that. But you can see here's the description here. You've got 5 DPI levels from 1,000 to 10,000. You do have lightweight replaceable shell designs and more here. You do have all your layouts for your switches. We do have all of that listed here, and then of course we have our product specifications, and I like to leave these up at this point in the video, so if I miss anything, you can come back and you can check this out at this point. Now, taking a look at the mouse itself, let's take a kind of a tour around the 802, and you can see that we've got our lighting and DPI switches, our side switches, a nice scroll wheel here, which is very nice to use, very comfortable, and it's super lightweight at 63 grams. You can see you've got your back and forth buttons, and on the back here we've got skates at the top and the bottom. We also have our 2.4 gigahertz dongle nestled in there as well at the bottom skate, and our buttons on the right, you have your mode button 2.4 gigahertz or Bluetooth 5, 1, or 2, which means we can connect to 2 different Bluetooth devices at the same time, or we can just plug it in via wired and use that as wired. On the left, we have a 3-stage slider. The middle is going to be your power save mode. All the way up is going to be all lights on, and all the way down is going to be power off. So this is all lights on mode here, and we can use the DPI buttons to change those as well. You'll see the wheel change, and as the color of the wheel changes with the top button, you're changing your DPI. Lowest is green and highest is white, all the way from 1,000 to 10,000. So you have options there to change that to your liking. If we select the bottom button, that will change your RGB settings. As you can see, we can go through a bunch of different RGB lighting effects, which is really nice as well. No software needed for any of that. Now the middle one is the power save mode, and what that does is it leaves just the logo and the mouse wheel lit up only. And this is to save extra power if you don't want to run the full RGB. Now changing out the shells is pretty easy. All you have to do, you can see that there's a magnet here that'll hold the bottom portion, is remove the bottom portion, and then there's a little tab here for the top portion. You just push that forward and lift it up, and this will remove the top portion. So you've got that exoskeleton set up here, and we also have switches on the right and left side for right and left click. You can see that these are the traditional clicky style blue switches. We can switch those out if we want for the silent switches, and I'll do a test real quickly once we get this set up so that you can hear the differences. Replacing the shell is super easy here. We just kind of click it back in place and reverse what we just did, and then we can have a more of a traditional style here with a full smooth shell like most of the other mice out there, if that's what you like. Obviously it'll add maybe a gram or so of weight extra, but it's not much at all. So if you like that traditional style, then you can definitely do that if you would like to. If you want to do half and half, you can do the exoskeleton type style here on the bottom and the smooth on the top, and you can still use that and enjoy the RGB, and you can mix and match. So what I want to do is I want to replace one of these switches, and you can use the puller or your fingers if you would like to pull this out. The clicky linear switches are 3-pin, and the silent pin are a 2-pin. So you can see they go in horizontal instead of vertical. So let me get that set up for you real quickly, and then we can hear a test of what each one sounds like. And I like this option. I like being able to not only switch out the shells, but the click options as well. If you're in an office type environment or you share a room with someone and you don't want your mouse clicks to be super loud, you can switch them out for office work and things like that. So you can definitely hear a stark difference between the clicky blue switch and that yellow silent switch on the right hand side, and I really like having the option of doing either or depending on what you like. If you like that clicky sound, that's great. If you don't and you want something that is going to be more silent, then that's great too, and you have both options with this mouse. You also have that 2.4 gigahertz dongle that sits nicely on the bottom here of the mouse if you need to use that for your connection as well. Now there is software for the SM802 for Windows, and this will allow you to adjust the right click, scroll up, middle click, scroll down, your forward and backward buttons. Your left click cannot be altered. but your other buttons can, and of course the DPI and LED or RGB buttons in the middle cannot be altered either. But you do have 7 buttons that you can alter here, so that is a nice option. And you can see that you can do copy and paste, screenshots, my computer, my desktop, screen brightness up and down, other things such as launching programs and doing other things as well as DPI, keyboards, macros can be added as well. So that's an added bonus here to have on this. You can change your report or polling rate, you can do keyboard shortcuts, and there's just a ton of different things that you can do. So this is great. You have shortcuts for most things here, even launching a calculator and things like that, switching applications, taking screenshots with your middle mouse button might be a nice thing to have as well as adjusting the forward and backward buttons to exactly what you want to use them for. More for productivity apps and of course for gaming with the macros as well. Now we do have debounce time here. It goes from 20 to 0, so you can adjust your debounce time through the app, no problems whatsoever. For me, I find 10 or right in the middle to be pretty good. Now here we can adjust our DPI settings or levels, level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We also have our report rate here as well, where we can adjust the report rate from 125 hertz all the way up to 1,000 hertz, your polling rate. Obviously, most people would probably keep it on 1,000, but depending on your situation, you may want that adjustment. Our sensor linearity can also be changed from angle snap, ripple, and motion sync, and we have scroll direction forward or backward. If you would like to reverse it, you can. We have a full macro suite here where we can record macros, and then of course, as you saw in the first page, we can assign those macros as we want. You can set the application to start on boot. You can change the language, the mouse movement speed, enhance your pointer precision, continuous scroll or one screen at a time, and then you have your double click speed from slow to fast, and we can change that if we want to change our double click speed to match our natural movement with our hands. Everybody's going to be a little bit different, so you can adjust this as well. So as you can see, there are a ton of different little adjustments that we can do here to really customize this and make it your own. So there you go. That is the SM802 mouse software as well. So there you go, that's my review of the SM802 custom gaming mouse. This is a really nice mouse that will allow you to not only customize the outer shell of the mouse, the switches can be customized, and of course with the Windows software we can go in and we can adjust polling rates and DPI. We can adjust a lot of different things, your debounce rate, and a lot more. So they've put together a really nice package here for an extremely customizable gaming mouse. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. I hope you enjoyed my review, and I'll check you guys out on the next one.